And we are live. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I had a bit of a sleep disorder moment today, and I slept for like 15 hours, I believe, somewhere around that order of magnitude. So yeah, I woke up like fairly recently and really feeling like a zombie. So I needed a bit of time to just eat something, get some caffeine, and I'm feeling better. But yeah. Hope y'all are good. We are here for some Googly Eye medical horror. If you didn't know, this was a really big points like challenge that everybody in chat contributed to. You know, basically we needed like 300,000 points, I believe was the goal, which was reached, and the reward for that was Googly Eye medical horror, which is a really fun concept, and it's a concept. We need to turn that into an actual image and a fun, disease of sorts. So let's figure that out tonight. Anyway, hello, Sora, Moonlit, Cryptid, Siphon Rose, Yodaman, Agent, Anna, Skeleton, Siegfried, Vishanti. Hope I'm not missing anybody. How are y'all doing? See what I put in the media channel in the sub Discord. I don't know. I was feeling like a zombie. I'm in PA Seymour video. Who's that? Okay, hold on. Let's watch me. Give me a second. Apparently I'm on some YouTube video. Let us see.
Click, you now live your icons live.
Right, it's like Tumblr posts. 315. Oh, that's mine. Yeah. Oh my god, that Tumblr post.
Just dox him like that. How dare you? The person who ran next to your car when you were a child.
That's me.
Shout out to those that never imagined this guy and get really confused when they see everyone agree that they saw him as a kid. My favorite collective hallucination. Okay, but
that's it. Okay, that's really funny because this was a thing I made like back in whenever it was one of the first like things I did after I sort of switched to horror arts, and it was like a really quick idea that I slapped together in a few minutes, and I was like, oh, that's funny. A lot of people talk about how they saw these as a kid, and I did too. And it's really funny that it's like a weird collective hallucination. So yeah, I made it back then, and some people on Twitter liked it, but I posted it on Tumblr, like one of the first things that I posted when I joined, and it went like super platinum there. It's really strange. Specifically Tumblr just like went crazy over that. It's got like 90,000 notes, which is like by far the most popular thing I've ever posted on there. And like, for Tumblr, those are like wild numbers. Your running guy was a magical girl. Fairies running around. My guy was usually kind of like I did him in that photo. It's like a shadow guy in a hoodie who would do like parkour, because when I was like a preteen, like parkour was like the coolest fucking thing I had ever seen. So I was like, yeah, he's just a cool guy that does parkour. But it would change. Like sometimes I'd imagine a Spider-Man, pretty classic. A lot of people did Spider-Man. A lot of people did Sonic. I don't think I ever did Sonic, not that I remember at least. But yeah, a lot of video game characters. Since like it makes sense. It's kind of like a level, like when you're looking at like buildings as you whiz by in a car, it kind of feels like could be like a platformer level or something. So it makes sense, I think, in our brains. So that's why so many people saw video game characters. Sometimes it was also like a laser. Like I imagined like a laser coming directly from my eyes, or from like the car itself, and would like cut everything that went past, like a big saw blade or something. There were many things. But yeah, it's really funny how like so many kids, without telling each other, like this is like a spontaneous thing in like a huge percentage of kids worldwide. Tumblr is low on virality sometimes. It is. A cheetah is good. Yeah, a lot of people saw like animals like running next to the car too, which for me was mostly like, you know, people like jumping in the background, like far in the distance, like not next to the car. But I think some people like imagine like things running next to the car too. People coming over from his video. Some people there. I'll read a lot. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, that post got some attention lately, and that's why I like reposted it on there and on other social media, because I just like remembered it. I was like, oh, I hadn't posted this in years. Orange Seal, thank you for the follow. Anyway, another segue. Oh yeah, another segue before we start. I got a new toy. It just like I ordered it in Black Friday because it was at a discount, and it just got here today. But this is, I still have to configure it. It's the toolbox, which is a little, basically like a little box with a bunch of like buttons and knobs, and you can configure this completely to like a bunch of different shortcuts on different programs. Like it'll detect, software that'll detect like, okay, you're on Photoshop, so like let's say I can configure this to make my brush bigger and smaller. I can configure these to move things around. You can do so many like granular things, and also has like nice clicky sounds. So yeah, I'm excited to try it out. I've heard, like, I got it because I heard from some artists that, you know, it's one of those things like you gotta get like some muscle memory for it, but once you do, it's like super nice and super helpful to just like get a lot of shortcuts in there, and just save yourself both like the time of doing all those things, but also like having to look at the keyboard, because this is tactile. Every button is different, and they all have like, this one for example has little bridges and it's bigger. These ones are small and round. It's like each knob is different and it's like done in a different way. There's a button that's on the side. They have different clicking sounds and stuff. So it's like meant for you not to look at it. Meant for you to stay. It's meant to stay on the side, and you just have your hand on it, and you can quickly tell which button is which just by touch. We'll see. It's a fun. It looks like a fun toy. I found RJ reposting one of my pieces. Oh, nice. RJ's great. He's been doing a lot of helping out other artists on Blue Sky. Now that, you know, a lot of us moved there. Yeah, it's kind of fidget toy like, which, you know, there's a lot of, I've considered getting like just a small keyboard thing just to have a bunch of shortcuts on it, like a macro keyboard of sorts. But I like this much better because, well, first of all, it's not all keys. Like the knobs seem really useful to change different things, and just like the tactileness of it, so you don't have to look at it. Foot pedal for undo? A foot pedal! That's really interesting. I never considered a foot pedal as a sort of like a shortcut thing. But it makes sense. Like, that's a pretty classic thing that you foot pedals for you that serve as like controllers for like people playing racing games and stuff. So you can probably get some pretty cheap ones that are just like the pedal. That's interesting, having a undo foot pedal. I'll definitely have, like, one of these will be undo, and might even, like, you could probably configure it so that, like, let's say this thing, if you go up, if you go, like, down, it undoes. If you go up, it, like, redoes. So you can, like, go back a few steps really quickly. I don't know. it has some like haptic stuff. I haven't connected it to the computer yet because I don't have the software. Yeah, I just woke up, so yeah. Well, when I configure it, we'll see. But yeah, it has like haptic feedback too. Apparently, haven't seen that yet. So hopefully, when you like turn you can make it. You know how many steps you've gone back if you do it with the knob. We'll see. I'm excited to give that a spin. Speedrunners who use foot pedals for timer splits. That's smart. Yeah, so you got a controller and you can't be like releasing it sometimes because you gotta be real quick. That's interesting. Yeah, it makes sense for speedrunners. Anyway, today, I mean, starting with segues, very me coded, but today we are doing some Googly Eye medical horror. As I said before, this was unlocked through a huge community challenge where so many of you put points towards that. So it is a bit of a community thing. This is the same type of community challenge that gave us Googly Eye. Googly Eye has like nearly 2 years. No, is it 3 years old now? Yeah, probably. It's gonna be 3 years old, like in January or something. I think they had just introduced those community challenge things right before Googly Eye. I think that was one of the first ones, or the very first one I did. Googly Eye was praise be, was based on, we have this point reward on this stream where it's put on a Googly Eye, and I will put a Googly Eye somewhere in the Photoshop documents, and we had that for years. And at some point, someone suggested, wouldn't it be funny if there was an angel, a biblically accurate angel with googly eyes? I was like, okay, we made that our first, or one of our first community challenges, and that Googly Eye was born out of that. So this is basically the same. We're continuing that tradition. I miss Googly Eye. We should do more Googly Eye stuff. It's been a bit. I mean, tell you guys about Googly Eye, because yeah, it has been a bit. There is a specific command, I think. Googly Eye, there it is. This was Googly Eye, and we made it into a little animation, which is fun. Because, Googly Eyes are pretty easy to animate, but this is it. This was the animation I made for Googly Eye. With some little free sound clips, and it wasn't too hard. Like I'm not usually good at animating things. This was animated directly in Photoshop, which is really, really simple, like animating tools. So yeah, maybe we made it work. Hi Stephanie. Yeah, the music was fun. Like it was just like a few chanting sounds with some like really like an old school record kind of like creak and noise, make it go with the image. And later on, to celebrate Googly Eye, I think it was like Googly Eye's first birthday or something, we did the demon version of Googly Eye. So Googly Eye is a Googly Eye angel, but this is Clatterith. Clatterith is a chattering teeth demon. And it's based, of course, on like old school, like medieval demons, which had like mouths and teeth in the middle of their joints, or on their torso, and like they had this really weird design, right? So it has that, like it has teeth going through a lot of its joints. But in the middle, it's just a big clattering teeth, and I really like the face too, like how we figured that out. But yeah, that's Clatterith, and at first it was just like, oh, here's a little joke character, right, of like Googly Eye. And later on though, as we worked on this one, we made lore for it, and Googly Eye was an angel that was created without eyes. It was only wings. And it was sad that it didn't have eyes. And at some point, they met Clatterith. And Clatterith is a demon, so that's like kind of a forbidden thing to go like meet a demon. But she taught Googly Eye how to create its own eyes, because as you can see, Clatterith did that to her very self. She created her own mouth. So Googly Eye created its own eyes, which were the Googly Eyes, of course. That's why they were like artificial. They're not like its original eyes, because Googly Eye never had was born without eyes. And through that, broke the heaven's rules of you can't undo God's will or create your own, change your form in that way. So it was cast out of heaven. So Googly Eye was cast out and essentially lives a solitary life of just looking at humanity with the many eyes it had made for itself, without ever being able to go back to heaven. That's the lore. And at some point, this was based on a joke, but at some point on the Discord, which by the way, join the Discord if you haven't already. I was just chatting on the Discord and joking around that, oh, wouldn't it be funny if people shipped my characters. My characters would be pretty impossible to ship, because they're like monsters and there's not a lot of really human characters you could relate to. And of course, people immediately shipped these two, Googly Eye and Terry the Meat Planet. So now it's the ship name is called Teriel, and that's also part of the lore. It's been canonized into Googly Eye's story, as you can see, because this is in Googly Eye's page. Anyway, that's the whole backstory for Googly Eye and what happened to Googly Eye over the years. And now we're making Googly Eye medical horror. So I think we need to somehow tie that to Googly Eye. Somehow we need to find a connection. So that's one of the challenges here. How do we tie this into the lore, or make some lore to tie a Googly Eye medical disease to Googly Eye? Impossible to ship. Have you met me? Clearly underestimated you. Thought it saw terror infecting the world and went, oh my god, me too. Yeah. The Teriel story, there's not a canon way to how they meet, because I think that's funnier to, for people to make their own interpretations of that. There's a few options, either, Terry the Meat Planet, if you don't know this story, this meat planet comes to Earth, infects it with its seed essentially to turn the Earth into a future meat planet like itself. So it's worth reproducing.
We never know love the way they know love. It's too powerful, too universal distraction, too many eyes.
Truly. So we could take the story could be either Terry destroys the Earth. Terry's canon name is Shipetotek, but we all know them as Terry. Anyway, Terry destroys the Earth, and Googly Eye, now being freed from its self-imposed task of watching over humanity, goes off, and they eventually meet and fall in love, of course. Option 2 is Googly Eye meets Terry before Terry goes to Earth and intercepts it and sort of convinces Terry not to destroy the Earth, because that's its place. So you can have there's two possible storylines, them drifting into space, going on adventures into space together, or them staying on Earth, around Earth. two possible options. People have made fanfiction of both, so There are the two canon parallel universes. Being touched by a fallen angel might have corruptions. That's what I was thinking, yeah. I think for you, that's just gonna be some like being touched or chosen by Googly Eye. You wrote the Universal Destruction route personally. Yes, Hemi did. And I did a version where they're on Earth. Many stories of Teriel. All canon. Googly Eye, by good intentions, want to give blind people their sight back. Gave them googly eyes instead. Oh, Jesus, you are big brains. Yes, Googly Eye was born blind, but they made it their own eyes. So what if the Googly Eye medical disease is like Googly Eye trying to give a blind person who's like prayed to it the gift of vision? But you know, it's that nice gift is sort of a little bit scuffed. It's not perfectly done. Hey, Kept. Is your Terry ass edit canon? Yes. We've never seen the back of Terry. The interpretations are possible. Me from 2 years ago is coward for not just making Googly Eye blind. I must right these wrongs. You did. I think you did one where their eyes are blindfolded, right? Am I getting that wrong? I think I remember that. The ass is for Googly Eye's eyes only. Exactly. Anyway, I think we could go that direction. I like that idea of like, oh, it's giving sight to the blind, but in a scuffed way. You did so many. You did it a lot. Hold on, I got my. I got the fridge. Hold on. The fridge is the folder. The very important folder where I save everyone's fan art or stuff inspired by my art in any way. I save it all in my folder and I look at it. See? Maybe I'm thinking of a patch. Like, oh wait, like you can't see this. Hold on. Maybe I'm thinking of a patch. I think I do think I just seem to recall one where it was blindfolded, but patch 2. Oh no, this was Googly Eye. Yeah, with the Googly Eye under the hair. That's really good. Old arts. Jump scares you with your old arts. Friends have fridges for the art they make. Nice. Yes, it's very important to have a fridge. Fridge for all the beautiful arts that people have made of you. Including the silly stuff. Your jump scares you with my big titty edits. That was fire. Okay, if you want someone to blame for this, that is acclaimed webcomic author Nathan Koya. who makes the webcomic Nocturne on Webtoons, which you should check out. And every time you look at that webcomic, just remember this image. If it ever scares you. So of course, if I get that, I gotta save it in the fridge. There's also stuff like I physically got. Like I can't show you the where is it? Where's Torb? Here. This one, I got it physically, I bought it. I bought it from Button Ghouls, who made this. And it is back in my home, which I'm not in right now. But also got Boba Weevils. You guys remember way back I drew the Boba Weevil, and well, I edited a Weevil drinking boba. My very first thing I did with the Weevil, actually. Anyway, this was Escalated. Escalated? Is that how you pronounce it? Hopefully. Did a bunch of Weevil stickers, and among them did the Boba Weevil. So there's this one here, and this one here. There's a couple Boba Weevils. So I got them there. They're in my bottle. And Anna did a Boba Weevil too. I can find that somewhere around here. Here it is. I love this. I love this fan art. It's so good. Look at this Boba Weevil. Anyway. As for Googly Eye medical horror, I was thinking something kind of sepia toned. I know we've done a lot of sepia toned things in the past few streams. I guess it's the theme of the week. We have done, hold on, I'll show you. Did this on the first stream of this week. Let me make it bigger. We did this, which is going to be a new Megalomorpha. Not by itself, it's going to have more images, but this is a story about a Shinto shrine in Japan who worships this Megalomorpha beetle, and part of this worship includes like fusing with the descendants of this beetle. So it's like essentially like a mature version of the cults in Norway from the older Megalomorpha story. But yeah, we made this image from an old postcard. I physically got. I got this old postcard in a used bookstore in Japan. I got a few of them. Like there was just a pile of them. They were pretty cheap, so got a few of them. I scanned them when I got back. So made this out of it, and I might use some of the other postcards for other images in this part of Megalomorpha. So you know, it's fitting. Boba Weevil is the first stream I remember seeing. Really? I was the one who suggested you give the Weevil some boba. You were the one? Oh, that's so good. I forgot that. I forgot that bit of lore. And that is integral to the Boba Weevil storyline. Isn't sepia more for brown? Yeah, this is specifically greenish. You're right. It's technically not sepia. This has been printed that way. Sepia is more brown. Yes. My brain thinks of sepia as just this like low contrast look. What else did we do? Hold on. Where do I have these? Elbenora, thank you so much for the follow. So yesterday we did Curses for Dreadfarer, and we also went for this style. We did some medical horror thingies. This is for the game Dreadfarer that I'm working on, and there's curses you can get. So these are just some of the curses illustrated. it also has that not sepia greenish tone, but I wanted them all to have like the same vibe, so I gave them all the same tone. So yeah, this is called a little sibling. It's a horrible tumor that starts growing on you and starts taking over your body. This curse is called knitted flesh. This one's called anglerfish eyes. And this one is, I don't remember, it's something with like your, well, the curse is your teeth just fuse into just like a solid mass of enamel. So, there we go, the teeth curse. So we've done a lot of this not sepia tone this week. So why not continue? Close out the week with the theme.
What is the medical distinction between knitted flesh and crocheted flesh?
I guess crochet flesh is when you can see like big strands connecting, and knitted is like tighter. That stream I did with Shen, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, we should do something like that in the future. Lovely things to see at 4 AM. Never too late to see some new horrors. Okay, so for tonight, I was thinking I'm actually doing something like pretty similar to this vibe with this like old school medical illustration or medical photography look, maybe with a more of a close-up of someone's face, and that's where we put all the googly eyes, because I was thinking like, you know, the face is covered in googly eyes, so I think, you know, some kind of close-up of a face, like imagine, well, not this angle, but someone close looking more at us, but something like this, more or less. Right, and to complete it with the googly eye theme, we give it this sort of sepia-ish tone, like this and this, right? We copy over the same filters from those, so they all fit in the same like collection, I guess. That's the idea. But first of all, we need to look for pictures, and this is one of those things where, depending on what search I do, I might not be able to show you the full picture search, because it could have some NSFW stuff that obviously Twitch doesn't like. But we'll start by just looking for portraits, I think. By the way, if you want to see any of my art like this, you check out my website. There's links below. Anyway, let's go to Picroll to find old images, and we're gonna look for portraits. Oh, I hate this, like, use your Google account to sign in. No, I don't want to. Okay. We're gonna look for portraits around the turn of the century. So let's do 18. Well, let's go a little bit earlier, even like 1850 to 1800. A lot of these are going to be painted. Let's do portrait photograph, and again, there we go. That'll make it a bit easier. Crochet flesh sounds more painful. It does. Prepping your art folders. I am looking for basically like this sort of portrait where it's pretty like washed out. Somewhere where I can get a close view of the face, And also hopefully something that feels like relatively natural. Like we're going for this vibe, the same vibe as this. It's a picture that would be on a medical textbook rather than something that would be on a studio. So that's sort of the idea. This one's not too bad, but it's going to be a hard one to zoom into considering this like texture. Some SFW stuff that Twitch doesn't like, that's always a risk. What is this guy doing? He's kind of scary. Why is he scary? It's like blurred eyes. The medical difference might be the orientation of the collagen strands involved. Yeah, I like that. I like that. This one with a sad looking little girl might be good. If they look slightly sad, that's a plus for like any medical horror things. You can't have someone smiling like this, like, yay, I'm diseased. Dude's rock. I've seen this guy before. Sounds familiar. The good thing is that there's no lack of these sort of images. So kind of sort of casting wide nets to see if we land on something good. Just like searching for portrait photographs. And hopefully find something. Otherwise, I might look down the search to like more medical stuff, like I did yesterday, and looking for like stuff like Patient, which has a lot of NSFW stuff, which I can't show you. But this guy looks intense. Oh my god, he looks like he's about to like murder me in cold blood. You're bad in an awkward position but cannot move because the cat is living on your food. That is true. I have been there. No, you legally cannot move. It's illegal. You gotta respect the cat. But having a bald guy with a bunch of googly eyes on the head.
Curse internet picture where the killing intent takes 30 seconds from your life every time you say it.
Exactly, the cat laws dictates. You cannot move now. Hey, I know this guy. I know this guy. Oh, that's if you know where this is from. Or like the where I used this before. Yes, the facade. I got it so quick. Okay, let's see. It's something where I gotta like stop and look at the pictures closely. It's not something where I can just like, oh, there's the one. I gotta sort of focus on them to see if it's the right one. Don't recognize that male foreign baldness anywhere. Doppelganger, I hardly know her. Okay, after having seen this one, really good, I'm thinking a portrait of a child might work a lot better for this. It's the same kid. Ooh, scary child. Definitely a ghost. It's worse than a googly. A child. Okay, I'm gonna try a search for like more medical stuff. Might have better luck there. That said, I can't show you that search. It has to be secret, because otherwise probably get some stuff that Twitch does not like. Not probably, I know we'll get some stuff Twitch doesn't like. I'm gonna show you my mug. My still on JPEG mug. And let's see if we find something good. Let me see. Put it here so I can see chats. So I'm gonna do a search. I'm gonna try to at least describe what I do, so you're not left completely blind. You drink more water. You're right. Drink water. That didn't take too long to get JPEG'd. Drink water with googly eyes. The googly eyes make the flavor better. Take a shot every time you see something Twitch doesn't like. I will. Okay, what if I look for? I'm gonna look for pediatric patients, and I'm gonna lock it down to black and white photos. So that's gonna be 1850 to 1960, more or less. JPEG drink, very, very nutritious, yes. Okay, let me see if I find something good. JPEG be the antithesis of fractal juice? It would. It definitely would. I got a word in Spanish. I think I'll allow myself to repeat this one because I've definitely said it way back in the past. But googly eye is called un ojo saltón. Ojo is eye, and saltón means like a jumper, like someone who jumps. So it's a jumping eye. Because it's kind of jumpy, you know? Yeah, try to look for like something with pediatrics or something like that. Let's see, 1950, 1960. Would you rather be JPEG'd, fractal, or googlied? Probably googlied. Okay, I'm gonna take a shot. There's definitely some stuff I can't show on Twitch in these searches. Hylix music, the one just before was Hylix, yeah. So what level JPEG are we at? We're level 2. This is a reminder. When the JPEG starts, you got 15 minutes to get to level 3 or it resets. Oh god, I got the creepy doll again. The creepy doll. So scary. Wait, these are really good. Come on, load. Really scared babies. Oh, these ones of the babies are quite good. I just wish we got more of close up. Like this one, for example, is a decent close up. How do we fractal you more? I should come up with a fractal filter. It fractalizes me live. Make a new Valdevia quiz, which Valvers would be a part of. Fractal Turret Takeover, Big Bug, Dreadfarer. I like that. Ah, level 3. Oh god. Oh lord. This baby definitely cursed all of us by looking at it. Something ain't right with our child.
That's minus 30 seconds to no response.
It really is. Okay, not a ton of luck in getting pictures like these with good close-ups. But this one's pretty good. Because we could have like eyes, googly eyes on the torso and the face. I wish I had more forehead, like less bangs on this kid. we could edit the hair so it's more, so we have a bit more forehead to put googly eyes on. Or googlyable surface, you know. Okay, back to looking at my mug. Oop, back to looking at my mug. While I keep looking at searches that Twitch wouldn't like. Oh god, baby denies your forehead. It really does.
Fun fact, a human uses 36 calories.
36 calories. Well, sounds like a healthy meal. You need a few of them, but It's a good snack. Yeah, it's a good snack. Munching a bag of these things. So far, bowl cut baby is the best. To be honest. Whoa, I just found this picture. Completely by accident. I don't know why this wasn't on the search, but it's like, what the hell is that? It's a large gold nugget. But it looked to me like some sort of like grotesque figurine or something. Like it has, you can kind of see like a head, arms here, and then legs. Would be a fun base for like some kind of horrible figurine. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this picture.
Keep that photo in your pocket, that's such a good image.
Good image. It's a good image. I am pixelated. Oh yeah, chaos. Chaos. Oh, Jesus. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're back to your another one. Oh my god.
Be a Dreadfire artifact.
That nugget should be a Dreadfire artifact. I was thinking exactly that, yes. Jesus, you missed by giving 3 gifted subs. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. There's this new JPEG filter. It goes up to level 3. It only lasts 15 minutes once it's applied, except if someone does one of the shortcuts. The shortcuts are giving 333 bits, gifting 3 subs, or getting a level 3 sub. Anything that has a 3 on it, it will like, it has to be specifically that number of bits, specifically that number of subs, and it will lock down this without a timer, and you can only remove it manually through points. Yeah, Sora, enjoy your sub. Sora definitely deserves gifted subs forever for all the work they've done. Can't do custom numbers? Dang. Is that only on desktop? I didn't know that was a thing. Back to searching for images. I got one with a very sad child. With ecchymosis. Oh, very, very sad. It's like child. Could be pretty good. Obviously, we have to remove the actual. We have to cure the child first, obviously. But it is like pretty much like the exact vibe I wanted for the picture. Could at least use it as a base, even though we might have to like redo the face to some extent. Go to bed. Oh, no worries, Chaos. You sleep well. You can see the VOD tomorrow if you're curious. Sorrowful eyes, right? Sad eyes are great.
Valdevia.
Basinga Valdevia. I love that it says Basinga. Oh, but I got odd JPEGs. No Basinga for you. This is another really good painting of a kid. He's such a rascal. This guy's a rascal. Okay, I'm gonna get the original picture for this, and I'm gonna do it without showing you, because there might be some, while I look, it's like in a book called Diseases of Infancy and Childhood, so there's probably, when I find the OG, it's probably gonna be other stuff that pops up that you can't see. I got googly eyes. Well, I can't put it on yet, but they'll be there very soon. Don't worry. Okay, just downloading this. Okay. And we're gonna go to Photoshop. There we go. How would Googly Eyes work? Like Googly Eyes Redeem work today? Because we are adding actual, like, organic googly eyes to this child. It has like this printed look, but like we did with the images yesterday, we can remove that texture a little bit and kind of clean it up. So that should be no problem. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna go to the original Googly Eye image, or Clatterith, where I found first. Here's Clatterith, and we're gonna copy the filters over. IRL Googly Eye. I didn't bring, so this is something I forgot to pack, the IRL Googly Eyes. So yeah, actually, I think I removed them from the, from the rewards for now. I forgot to pack them here. They're back at home, so I don't have physical googly eyes, except for the ones I physically have on. Okay, here's Clatterith. Oh, I forgot we came up with Claire as a sort of as like a nickname for Clatterith. Then didn't really take off. Okay, so these are the black and whites, gradient map. Oh, this needs more opacity. Okay. So that's the same gradient map I used for Clatterith. We can do some initial levels just to figure out the tone of the background and stuff. I wouldn't change anything so far. 10 stream streak, nice. Okay, so first thing we're doing, the googly eyes, which are gonna be, for now, just gonna be these. But we're gonna put them on in a couple places. The way I think I'm gonna do this is, well, first of all, for every googly eye redeem, we're gonna add another one of these and kind of set up the places where the googly eyes are gonna go. But another 10 stream streak, nice. Everybody's at 10. Round numbers. The actual googly eyes are gonna go on the face. I think they're gonna be like, you know, sort of patchy, kind of like they're growing out. Like there's some volume to them. Like they pop out a little bit. The black part is like a patch. Well, kind of like this. That would actually be good texture we could use. That's what I'm thinking. Like it's some sort of rash. Pustules. Yeah. Like somewhere in between pustules and a rash. The googly pox. The googly pox. So I am removing this rash. We'll probably bring it back for textures later. Gonna need to darken. Now the lips kind of messed up.
It is giving Jaldina Victorian novel, but in the style of archipelograph. I'm excited to see the full extent of what happens to those Googly eyes.
We'll see, we'll see. Okay, so one thing is, we were saying at the beginning, it would be nice to have this Googly Eye disease only happen to people who are blind. So we could have these. There it is. It works.
I wonder how it will pronounce this. Jamfire poiwing go herichwirn rovoyantis iliogo go watch.
That's a Welsh word. That's so good. But see, it worked. 333 bits. Turned on the shortcuts. And there's a timerless JPEG, so it's staying on until somebody removes it manually. Yeah, it is. It pops up there on JPEG. Yep. Township. Oh yeah, that's it. So Welsh is now #1 bits leader. Hell yeah.
Miss me with that Welsh madness. French is enough of a headache with how 7 letters make one sound.
Yeah. French like pronunciation versus writing. It's like two different languages entirely. I was gonna say we change the mouth into a new one, like we find a new mouth. But if we put a googly eye like right here, and it feels like it's like pushing the mouth a little, like it's, you know, it's swelling up, so the mouth is being pushed, it could work. I have some odd photos. Heard this when I was checking some dermatology issues. Those small non-healing ulcers. I can always use photos of medical stuff. So if you're down, send them to me. I don't know if it'll be like for this one, but if you let me keep that in my textures folder, I'll be eternally grateful. Someone got the bright idea to pay by the letter for written transcripts in French. No, it's the opposite. The writing is the same as it ever was. Like, they didn't add letters to French writing. They just like started pronouncing less and less of them. So that's how a lot of letters became like started being pronounced in like very few sounds. Like the fact that every French word, pretty much, you don't read the last sound of it, like the last letter of it, sometimes a couple letters, you just ignore them when you're reading them. But you can't fully ignore them, because sometimes if there's a different word after, you might have to pronounce it as like a connection between the two words. So sometimes they are pronounced, but in general you don't. You is a bullshit word. It is. But that's English. That's English's fault. Taking that word. yeah, we can keep the mouth, I think. So, googlies. How do we do this? Let's first use these. Our standard classic googly eyes to sort of set up where they're gonna go. And I am thinking one of them should be like near the mouth here, and they should all have like different directions, because I think that's, you know, that's more fun. And different sizes. That's why I'm thinking like a really big one in the cheek here would be cool.
French really is that boy in the Romance language family.
There's many that guys, to be honest. Like Romanian is probably the most out there Romance language. Because it's like grown like pretty isolated from the rest. Is this gradient map only in color? Yes, it is. Okay, we're gonna have to do a levels layer below that gradient map that limits how dark and how bright things can be. So 17 and 17. And as for brights, gonna do 236.
Here's how it's actually pronounced if you want.
Oh, the big word? Let's see. Let's listen to it.
Now today we had a big contrast in temperature across the UK, just 12 degrees over coastal parts of eastern England with cloudy skies, but in the sunshine in northwest Wales at RAF Mona, just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn, Gellgogera Chwindrobol, Llantysilio Gogogwch, temperature got to 21 degrees.
You can tell he does a little smile, just like I pronounced it. That's really good. Oh, I'm on JPEG. Clear. Wait, let me hear it again.
In northwest Wales at RAF Mona, just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn, Gellgogera Chwindrobol, Llantysilio Gogogwch, the temperature got to 21 Celsius.
His little smile. Rightfully smug, yeah. The battle for JPEGing continues. You're back. It's back. I love that I essentially started a battle. It's very funny. You're pegging what? You're pegging my J. Turn off humanized Googly Eye. Yes! That's really good. Blessings be upon you, my child. What the fuck? That's really good.
Coral and googly eyes instead of atoms.
This is exactly what's happening to this kid. Great job, Anna. Okay, let's do another one down here. Yeah, Googly Eye is trying their best. Trying to give the gift of eyes to those who do not have it. Oh yeah, I was also going to try something out. To make the eyes look a little bit glazed over. To make it clear that this kid was originally blind. Like, you know, as if they were like a big cataract or something. I was thinking of like entirely covering the eyes in some way. Like, okay, having the eyes have like one huge googly over them. I think I should leave the originals because they have this like really sad expression. We could do. Should we do it to one of them? That way we keep the sad expression. Do it to one of them. Because if we do it to both, we'd lose it. We'd lose the expression entirely. We're technically getting sight in every googly. Yeah? Okay, I'll keep both. I think they would gain sight. Or some kind of sight at least. Maybe something really limited, you know, but... Okay, also thinking, just like we were saying about the other picture we didn't use with the bowl cuts, that we could push some of the hair away to give us space for more googlies. That should be decently straightforward. And this one's going to be like slightly covered. But I would like to have like one that we can see better like through the hair. Yeah, we definitely be like, you can only see light and dark. They have to shake their head to move their pupils. It is really like me. I relate to this. There we go. Need to put a bag over their head to sleep. Yes, that's true. They can't close it. Okay. I'm thinking, okay, let me do this test with only one googly. Let's take the big one, because that's going to be the most representative one. Okay, so that's this one below. Let me do a high pass filter. Will that work? Okay, so high pass is pretty good for the edge. Like, not looking at the pupil right now. Ignoring that. It can give us a pretty nice, like, bumpy edge. Although it's very clean. Like, it might need to be a little messier. It can be a good base, maybe? Okay. The thing, though, is we would probably need to eliminate the pupil itself. Just, like, add those manually later. So, I guess let me do a thing. Let me make the eye. This main one here. Wait, where is it? Okay. I'm gonna reduce the opacity of these. This one's gonna stay on top. And a normal 100%. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's do this with clone source. We'll rotate it. Take this here. Put it on the other side. Okay, that works. Okay, so now we have the clean, just like edge of it, and I also think we can remove the plastic edge here as well. So it doesn't show up on final thing. All right, that could do. Send flesh to me. Oh, flesh. Flesh just dropped. Okay. Let me open these somewhere. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that'll definitely be useful. Good textures. I could definitely use one of these for the googlies, kind of around them to make them feel bumpy. Let me get one of these. I'll later go through and download some more, but thank you so much, Count. Okay, I'm gonna put in some a picture of a little wound, little bump. So if you don't like that, close your eyes for a sec. I'll tell you when you can look again. There we go. Look at this. I was thinking of like using this like raised up skin to work together with the more like with cleaner like plastic stuff. If I make this big, let's see if it scales up well, because it's pretty small. Are we giving the kids polio? It's a special kind of polio. It's a googly, a googly eye one. Yeah, welcome, Nicken. Okay. Slightly blurry, but I think it should work with the level of detail we got on the base photo. Okay. Let's tighten up these corners. Okay, if you weren't looking, you can look now. It's just gonna be like a texture from now on. Googly eye pox, exactly. Is it contagious? Oh, hey Randy, it's you. Hey. I think it only happens to people who are blind and are gifted the gift of seeing by Googly Eye. So it's sort of a blessing, but it's really kind of a scuffed blessing, essentially. Yeah, let's see. No, let me do the thing. There we go. So this could be our base bump, essentially. Hey, let's not wish each other anal warts in chats. It's not kind. What if you want them? Oh, I won't judge you for that. Okay, the lighting will probably work better upside down. Keep giving artist chunks of your flash. That's something new proprietary. Yes, you are. Your flesh is infecting the world slightly. Slowly but surely. Okay, so for this texture, the actual like googly plastic texture, the thing about it is it's very clean. So I can use it in hard lights, maybe even vivid light. Vivid light works pretty well. But it probably needs some blurring to work. Yeah, it actually works pretty well. Just gives you a nice clean bump. I'm essentially trying to make like one good googly and then once that's settled, we can do all the others based on it. You know, that way we have the setup more or less. Just making the big one first. I just bringing on the end. I don't know how exaggerated to make the bump, because it has to be like flat on the top. I feel like it can't be like completely round on top, because otherwise it's not a googly eye, isn't it? Figure out the problem, well, not really a problem, but the fact that,
you could, you want, you could also, you could, you want them to do you so much you could do anything.
The text-to-speech really had trouble with that. I love that. What was I saying? I don't remember.
Text to speak having a stroke there.
Really did. Let's see. Let's do simplification here. There we go. No. There we go. Much better. All right, now for the actual bump of the actual bump, the actual like pupil of the googly eye, the dark circle in the middle. I feel like we can use the original textures that we had. This rash.
Rain blast. Wow.
Bah.
Yata.
Hey, it does text-to-speech to be learning Japanese. Yatta. Try to find a good place to put these. Okay, I'm essentially trying to make a circle-ish with this. Then I'll just warp it into shape. That's not a bad start, I would say. So we can put this in darker color, work a bit better. Maybe below all the textures and stuff. Now I gotta find a way to make it more circle-y. Have exams to write? Oh, good luck. Got this. You have a good night. You're not going to Japan this year. You're going next year. Nice.
Everyone wish me luck tonight. It's 27 degrees Fahrenheit aka -3 Celsius. The hamster is going to be wearing socks to bed.
Oh, yeah. It's chilly. You got good hitting where you live? I have to make this more round. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do, let's try to clean up the edges so that when I do Control T, it's much tighter, because that'll help me do the transformation later. It's a little better. Okay, that works. Now I go here, do warp, and I try to make it even circular.
Hold on, let me eat Reagem Rain Blast. Wowla.
The multiple V's really confused it. Oh, thank you for the save reminder. We haven't even saved once. God, we were at the mercy of whoever made me close Photoshop. But not anymore. Okay, let's see how this compares to the actual Googly Eye. I mean, it came out a bit smaller. I can make it a little bigger. We can move this anywhere and have it work, I think. I think we need to make the top of it, like the center of it, brighter. Not too much, like that's a kind of a fine balance. If we do it too much, it'll look like, you know, the fake ones that we put on. Can't have that. Always fun to mess with text to speech, yes. And there are some specific things you can make it, like specific words that will pronounce in like completely different ways. Or it'll pronounce emojis in a very fun way, because like it'll describe the emoji.
Por ejemplo, Valdevia.
Valdevia. Yeah, with like Twitch emotes, it'll like pronounce the code for the Twitch emotes. For like normal emojis, it'll do like hombre en una sauna. Okay, let's try this in more places. Let's see how it stacks up. So the idea, since I have the pupil now as like a separate layer, I can just like have them all in the same orientation, because that way the shadow will be always underneath and stuff. It'll work. It should work right off the bat. But I can move the pupil. And I might have to just like edit some of the pupils individually so it doesn't feel like it's the same one copy pasted. But for now, let's just place things. Okay, so that's I1, I2. Please nesting in your hand. Aww. Oh, so cute. Hi, Ollie. Oh, they mix together fairly well. Like you can get them pretty close to each other. Since it's not like standard layers, it's all like adjustment layers, or like not adjustment, but like iPass and overlay and that kind of stuff. You can sort of put them on top of each other even. We could do that for one of them. Have like a googly over googly. Okay, so medically, the way I think this would work is all these little patches that we see, it's not a rash. It is actually like retinal tissue being formed with, you know, all the light receptors that implies. So it's actually like light receptors in each of these patches. I think that's how I'd have it work in the medical sense. gonna also like individually edit some of them because some of them feel like too dark, especially when they get smaller. Okay, next Googly. Oh, nope. There we go. Oh, let's go for the ear. Okay, the pupil doesn't show up here. Oh, it's in darker color. Okay, so it's like in an area that's too dark. Makes sense. Let's do multiply for this one. That works. And we can have one like right at the edge, so it kind of bumps into the button, into the background, I mean. But I think we'll have to do that more manually though. Like, I think that'll have to be right under here. There we go. And we do little like flat bump like this. Maybe a second one down here. And then maybe just some soft light on them. Much. Just normal then, I guess. Oh, somehow my brush was on 10% opacity. I must have clicked something. I was like, why is my brush doing nothing? There we go. Oh my god. It kind of looked like she was about to break into song at the start. Like she still hadn't found the tone for the O's.
Dropping that new rap album.
my new album, A Series of Odes. It's now on Spotify. Okay, now let's go for the forehead eyes. I think that's the last main group we need to do. Yeah. Okay, let's start from here and go that way. So, oops, let's do a bigger one here. Right in the middle. And center the pupil. Incredible. Interesting how it pronounced the E's instead of like in Spanish as an E. It pronounced it like in English, which is strange.
Oh no. No text to speech is haunted.
I wonder if you're trying to pronounce a string of X's or if you would repeat the letter name over and over. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know if anybody's tried that yet.
Let's say XXXXXX.
X. She's awesome. Stop TTS lady. Random song from a Russian kids movie is permanently enter the phrase into your vocabulary. You say oi oi. Does it hit all caps differently? I don't think it does. I don't know if anybody's like directly tested it. Whoa, stop moving around, Photoshop. Please. It just moves things without my inputs. Photoshop goes like, no, I like it better here. This song is a banger. It really is. I wonder if the JPEG timer is not working. It's definitely been a long time without. Hold on, let me see if I saved it correctly. There it is. Thoughts. Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah, the timer is disabled, so let's see what. Let me test it real quick. Now, Control Shift J. What was it? Alt Shift J. There we go. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Timer's broken. I think I checked. Oh well, I'll have to test this. Timer's haunted. Exactly. Okay, we got all of our eyes. Now we can fix it up individually. We can also test this in like other layer modes. But now it'll break things too much.
Oh, pepe vavosas.
I think the caps actually modulated it. But you see all the O's with some of them. Oh, interesting. Before long you'll make her sing. Fascinating. We're all taking notes here. Ooh, stop moving around. Let's see.
Whoa.
Okay, no. It did look like it, but no, it doesn't actually modulate it. But it really caught. It messed up there towards the end. And started sounding very robotic. Notes, taking notes. It's a scientific process, exactly. Curse shit tonight. Only on the nights of Googly Eyes could this happen. So I'm gonna edit some of the pupils to not have, kind of erase some of the bumps they have, because, you know, this little corner here, for example, it shows up in all of them, so it makes it look like it's all the same copy-pasted thing, which it is. So we're gonna try to make it less like that. I think it actually separated the uppercase ones. Like, it pronounced the uppercase ones like oh instead of oh.
Ooh.
Ooh. It did say ooh right now, didn't it? Did it just pronounce that like ooh?
For the sake of science. Ooh.
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 Yeah, okay, I think it pronounces the, if you do like several uppercase and like after each other, it'll like separate them.
Ooh.
Making the text-to-speech lady saying ooh.
You're the one that I love, the one that I love. Ooh.
More or less. She's got the spirit. She's got the spirit of the song. Nice. Making that more round. It interprets a magic school as the start of a new unit. Yeah, like uppercase is like separates it.
One is speaking by when we can test the limitations of text-to-speech lady with increasingly weird phrases and letter strings.
Truly.
No.
No? Oh, the two I's. They pronounce it like thus. Because it's the number 2 in Roman numerals. Thus. That's really funny. There's okay, so if you do the code for a currency, it'll pronounce like the name of the currency. Like if you do USD, I think it might only be uppercase USD, it does dólar americano.
Does anyone remember the vigor? Dub dub dos.
Doob dos.
Go home, text to a speech lady, you're drunk.
She's like telling that to herself. Like telling herself, my god, stop, you're embarrassing her yourself. You name the text speech lady Alejandra. I like Alejandra. Alejandra's a little tipsy tonight, but she's trying her best. You know, she didn't think there would be a stream tonight, so she was relaxing at home with a cup of wine.
Ale Alejandra. Ale Alejandra.
Now she's singing to herself to like hype herself up.
Aoi wei.
It's like interesting that sometimes she'll just combine words. Like there was like separate UH and EH, and she did we. I wonder how does she decide these sorts of things?
Oh, serchenta il say win a few hours of work. You will work on it and let me know the schedule for the next week of the day without the balls. Go to the house and chat.
What? Oh, are you doing like autocorrect? Is that what this is? Alejandra, have to make you pronounce hombre en una sauna 1,000 times. Is that one hombre en person in steamy room? And maybe persona en una sauna? Is like the gender neutral one? Like, make her pronounce emojis. She had some really fun pronunciation for some. Honestly, me years ago when I put in the text-to-speech voice saying like, oh, I'm just gonna set it to Spanish to see how it sounds, was the greatest idea. How are we feeling about googly eye disorder? Does it feel like googly eyes? Dartel, thank you for the follow.
Alejandra Bolejandra Bonana Fana Fof Alejandra Fefi Mom Alejandra.
She's forgetting her own name. This is so sad. It does look pretty googly, doesn't it? I'm just like zooming out and... yeah, it does. How should we... okay. What should the structure of these organic googly eyes be? Should it be like some sort of like liquid filled pustule, and in the bottom of it, in the skin, there's the patch that I can see?
Manos en oración, cara de gato con sonrisa irónica.
Cara de gato con sonrisa irónica. I love that.
Sicano coco ciervo.
Ciervo. Cara de gato con sonrisa irónica means cat face with ironic smile. It's too sleepy to hang out. This is great. See you later. Oh, see you, Maxwell. Sweet dreams. Yeah, if these are pustules, we should add some brightness to the top like this to make them feel like, you know, more liquid filled. Like so. Yeah, those feel more full now. Oh, I need to change these too.
Voy a mimir onxo onxo.
Ongso.
Sweet dream metal.
Jesus, you have a great night. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for the gift subs. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, and thanks for the same reminder. Okay, some of these pupils, since they are like below the bright zone, they should be, there we go, a little bit faded out. Quite a difference, right? From flat to bumpier. trying to see I think like generally making this darker.
I am one with Alejandra and Alejandra is one with me. I am one with Alejandra and Alejandra is one with me. I am one with Alejandra and Alejandra is one with me.
Oh no, we've lost Welsh. We've lost Welsh. Oh, it's for the text-to-speech. You can't sleep. You're at night shift. Okay, I thought you were saying bye, Jesus. A little darker. I'm like looking at it in tiny size because it helps me get like a general sense of the googliness of things.
I am as you are me and we are all together.
Don't get off until 6 a.m. Ooh, you got a while left, Jesus. I was working night shift because I feel like, you know, I haven't really done, except for, you know, right now, haven't ever done like a regular job night shift, except for when I was in emergencies in the hospital. So it was a few months of I had to do some like day shifts and some night shifts, and I love the night shifts because I could just be on my own schedule. So yeah, I technically work night shifts every day because I mostly work at night. So 9 hours left. Good luck, you got this, Jesus. I'm glad you can at least like watch streams while doing the work and distract yourself, because it must be quite a lot.
Bagle.
Bagle. I love a good tasty bagle. Okay, I think this might be more or less ready. We need to find a place to sign it, though. Where should we sign this thing? Not a lot of good places here. Kids' hair?
IP is on company time Valdepocket Valdevia.
What's that? I don't know. I saw it as a meme. I don't know if the phrase has an earlier history, but it's boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit on company time. That was like a picture of Elmo in a little like potty training thing. Yeah, I think the hair is the best place to put it. So how about I clean up like an area here? And I have like two darker strands. We take one of these strands, put it on darker color. Yes, it's gonna need to be darker. Okay. Yeah, that works. Nice. Grayson's been around a long time in the USA. Oh, okay. I just saw it on a meme. Didn't know if it had previous history. It's a good phrase. It's a good phrase. Stronger with this gradient map. No. The idea is to make it look close to the original Googly Eye and Clatterith in terms of color. So they're using the same gradient map, so it should be, you know, pretty close here. This image is much darker, but it should hopefully still work. Okay, now let's do that thing where we put it all together. Incredible. Really got confused with that one. Okay, so we essentially need to blur this until the texture of it being printed sort of disappears, which is quite a lot. That's like nearly 4 pixels. Beautiful. It should really pronounce that in like 3 seconds. That's pretty impressive. Okay, now we must sharpen again at around 4 pixels to bring as much of the detail back as we can. Let's see. We're also gonna need to re-add grain that we lost.
PLLLL PLLLL PLL WWWMMM yo OSAD GGGHGHH.
So this time she decided to pronounce every single letter individually, pretty much. She'll really like make some strange decisions. Like sometimes every letter is pronounced, and sometimes she'll go like P P L L W W W. She has a mind of her own, really. Take notes, take notes. Should we go really dark for the background? Maybe too dark. Oh, that's not bad. Didn't really go change colors too much because it already has like a very specific color palette. What if I tried adding this? It doesn't really change much, honestly.
Dede.
We need a child that looks like both Terry and Googly Eye. We need a Terry-based disease. And as for the name of the disease, I don't really know. It could just be Googly Eye syndrome, but if you got any name suggestions for the disease, I'm all ears.
A B C D F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T V W X Y Z.
It doesn't say she doesn't say Irera, which is interesting. It's like, why? It says E. What is Pants? Thank you for the follow. Googpox. It could be the eye pox or ocular pox now. It has to be like a common name. Fuck you there. I don't know. Can be. I don't know if. Okay, so if this is happening in like olden times, because we got this black and white photo, they wouldn't know what a googly eye is back then, because that's a thing that's pretty recent in our history. So they wouldn't call it googly eye disease because they don't have that terminology. So they would call it something with eyes, because it's definitely like, you know, it's eye related and those patches can actually see. So you're an owl eye. Eye pox. Got some name ideas. Fox. Hi, Carbuncles. Carbuncle is a fun name. Yeah, it can have like, I'm mostly thinking of the common name, and then it can have like a medical name. And we can have them both show up, or just choose one that we like better. What's carbuncle in Spanish? Yeah, anthrax. Funny, I don't know if this happens in English too, but in Spanish there's like the anthrax is like there's a bacteria called Bacillus anthracis, which causes a like the disease that in English is called anthrax. But the word anthrax, like in Spanish, without the H, with an accent on the A, is a carbuncle, basically. So it's really strange. Pox, icebox is good. Cherubim syndrome. Oh, I like that. I mean, angel related. It could be cherubim eyes too. Like a more benign sounding name. Typical angel disease. I don't think. Like, if you're thinking of the word, the year 1900, the concept of like biblical angel as a thing, I think that's like post-internet. That's like a specific way of talking about angels that wouldn't have existed back then. Yeah, but I like the idea of like relating it to angels, cherubim. And it can also be like, you know, this happens to blind people who can't see naturally. So it's like literally giving them sight. So it's a little bit of a miracle in disguise. Little eyes. Could be. Like different types of angels, like could also be like Seraphim. What are other names? Ophanim is not that common as an angel name, so I don't think it would show up in a common name for a disease. Googly Eye, if I recall correctly, is a seraphim. But let me quickly Google that. Seraph, you know, same thing. Seraphim, yeah, 6 wings. Seraphim has 6 wings, like 3 sets of wings. The first one covers their face. The second one is like splayed out, like this one they fly with, and the third one covers their legs. That's how they're usually represented. Cherubim because child. Yeah, that's cherubim as children is like a modern depiction of cherubims. Originally, cherubs are another like fucked up type of angel. If I recall correctly, they have 3 heads. One of them is a lion, the other one is an ox. 4 heads, maybe? Yeah. Lion, ox, eagle, and human, possibly. I might be getting the the faces mixed up. And then I think it also has several sets of wings. I mean, let me check how correct I was. See, yeah, it's the one I was thinking about. Yeah, it is lion, ox, eagle, and human. Yes, indeed. Alasters, how you doing? You making a googly eye disease. After this is what will slowly happen to me after all the googly eyes you've put on me, but you've put on my photoshops. But yeah, we're relating it to angels because this is related. We want to relate it to the lore of Googly Eye, which is our Googly Eye angel. So you know, we're tying it all together. And this disease would be what happens if you get like touched by this angel, if you get like blessed by it. So it's a fucked up kind of blessing, but it's also like it does help the people who it gets because it affects blind people and it gives them eyes. At least like some really rough eyes they can see some light and shadow through. Making pumpkin pie, nice. So yeah, that's the idea. So for the name, I think, you know, the name could be referencing that in some way. I think I like cherubim eyes the most because yeah, it's not, cherubims aren't really like little baby angels as most of them mostly being depicted. They're kind of fucked up, but as like in the collective imagination, it works. Like they are little babies, and the people who might have named this, you know, probably saw them more as like the babies than the fucked up angel with a bunch of different heads. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I think Cherubim eyes or cherub eyes. I might roll off the tongue a little bit better. Would be, or the cherub pox. That's good, right? Cherub. Let me make this more into an O. There we go. I think I like this the most. Cherub pox.
Da baby.
Da baby. Yeah, in the description of it, it could be, you know, claimed to be a blessing of an angel or something like that. I think, despite this being like a pretty classic medical horror look for the type of images I do, I think I might give it a description that isn't like a typical kind of thing I do for medical horror, which is just like a very matter-of-fact description. This is the disease, this is the cause, this is the symptoms, just like a simple dictionary definition, right? That makes sense, or an encyclopedia description of this made-up disease. I think this might be better with a little bit of, you know, maybe it's a quotes from a doctor at the time, like diagnosing this. Ezekiel syndrome? That's nice, yes. Oh, what's the guy that Jesus cured blindness? I think there was one, right? Like Lazarus was the one that he revived. The guy was dead and Jesus revives him. I think there was one that, like, one guy that Jesus cured his blindness. Might be a good one for the name too. Who did Jesus cure of blindness? Wikipedia says blind man of Bethsaida. They don't give it a name. Wait, he put spittle into his eyes? Hold on, I'm just reading this Wikipedia article. Jesus took the man by the hand, led him out of the town, put some spittle on his eyes, and laid hands on him. Yuck. Jesus, what the fuck? Don't spit in his eyes. Okay, but we don't have a name for this guy. And last versus Bartimaeus?
Don't kink shame them.
It's true. It's two consenting adults. They can do whatever.
No holy water was just invented.
Holy Water 2 just dropped. That wasn't part of the cure, bro. Did it for fun. That Siloam is called Calidonius. That doesn't roll the tongue that good. Not you, Jesus. Different one. Jesus cursed the city. Oh my god.
Doing shots of the saliva of Christ.
Oh. Yeah, it probably cured multiple people. Well, Caledonius isn't in the gospel, but later writers gave him that name. Interesting. So, I think Carib Pox works the best, though. That's a good little tangent to go on.
Jesus curing a blind man. Hoctua.
Hoctua. I like that Alejandra, text-to-speech lady, says Jesus. Even though even if you don't do the accent on the U. Not going to hell and Val started it. I didn't. Jesus did by spitting on that guy's eyes. Shill Horse, is that how I pronounce it? Thank you so much. And welcome. It's very biblically inaccurate. I mean, yeah, but it sounds good. It rolls off the tongue. But yeah, we gotta consider like some guy in the 1900s naming it. And for most of history, like Caribs have been represented as like cute little babies. Exactly, not all colloquial names are accurate. But hold on. Googly Eye right here. And now they're looking at each other. The baby's looking up at Googly Eye. I guess he's blind on these eyes, but still. maybe he's blind, but he can see the angels. So he can see Googly Eye here, looking back and going, whoops, did I overdo it? I think I overdid it. Opening of the wheels, yeah. Well, I usually see them mentioned as thrones, I believe. Evan, thank you for the follow. Thrones, which is a cool name. I have done a throne. Is one of the first horror edits I did. November 2020. This was the original. That's what I did back in 2020. Later on, this was last year, I re-edited it. So it's like the same thing. I didn't like change the edits, like redo the angel itself or anything, but I changed the lighting and stuff, and I'm much happier with the new version. It feels like it's further away, like there's more atmosphere in the middle, and you can also see like the outer more spectral rings better. Oh, I like that. I like that. Googly Eye, how many eyes do humans have again? Oh shit, don't fight, fine, don't worry. Seraphim has a linguistic root in burning. Interesting. Procured by Googly Eye, I can all see them clearly because everything else is blurry. Exactly. I like that. I think the eyes are a sign of being closer to God. I had to put on a lot of sunscreen. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, as I don't recall who said this, you need to sleep with a bag on your head. Because you can't close these eyes. You're gonna be seeing forever. Not that they can see much. I feel like they would only have like really disorganized like rods. If you don't know, like in your retina, like the light sensitive area, there are rods and cones. Rods can only see black and white light. They can only see like light intensity, not color. And they can you know, depending on how dense they are, you can see like clearer or blurrier, right? Essentially. So this would be just like a bunch of disorganized cones, rods, sorry, that are just maybe pointing inside a different direction. So you'd only see like kind of a blurry patch out of them. And I assume they would all like kind of mix together in a very horrible way. So you may only be able to see like general brightness. Sleeping on your front or side must be uncomfortable. Oh yeah, those are boils. They would be really, really painful. Have multiple heads sometimes. Yeah, they have the several animal heads. Yeah, they're not specifically covered in eyes, I don't think. I think those are the seraphims and the thrones in like more biblical. Yeah, Caribous, because it's happening to this like little kid, and it's like, oh yeah, it happened. Would it happen specifically to kids, or could this happen to any blind person? What would be better? What do you think would work best? I think it's affecting specifically children is kind of interesting. And it has to be specifically blind kids, like people blind at birth. Yeah, sugar. It's blessed by Googly Eye. There on the corner. We're making this part of Googly Eye's lore. Kind of expanding on it. Celadonius. It's just not a good name for a disease, unfortunately, Victoria. I feel like with common names for diseases, you gotta make them roll off the tongue pretty easy. For the like more scientific names, it makes sense. Like it's usually better if they're like pretty complicated and tongue twisty. So yeah, like Caledonius syndrome would work pretty well for like a more sciencey name, like more medical name, while like carib pox would work really well for a common name. That's how I usually do them. Kids, people might describe its spiritual meaning, yeah. If anyone watching this stream is named Celadonius, they just stopped watching. No, Celadonius, come back. Imagine like 10 viewers drop off. Every Caledonius in the world is watching. We lost them. kids who don't know which angel to pray to and they mispronounce. Oh, they want to say Gabriel, but they say Googly Eye accidentally. And boom, they get googlied. They accidentally prayed to Googly Eye. I like that. I like this lore a lot. And that's why it happens to kids. The Caledonia's community has forgiven Valdevia. I love that. Yeah, so this definitely happens when you mispronounce Gabriel. And you accidentally pray to this rogue angel. Honest mistake. And it's not like a very good blessing. It's kind of scuffed. And because Googly Eye is not used to granting blessings. They're not like an official part of heaven, right? So they don't follow the rules for blessings. They just kind of go, oh, this kid's blind. Zap. Pretty sure praying to an angel, not God, is sacrilegious. I mean, there are prayers that directly refer to angels. Maybe Protestants would be annoyed at that, but I don't think Catholics would be weirded out by praying to angels. Kids accidentally writing letters to Satan instead of Santa. Yes, exactly. Oh, by the way, talking about Santa, if you guys don't know, I've been doing this whole series of Santa as a monster edits every year since I started doing this, like since 2020. This was a 2021. It's also the ones I got for t-shirt designs, which, by the way, plug. Check out my merch, because I got 3 designs based on these Santa things, and you can only get them until Christmas, so it's a limited design. Get them now if that sounds fun to you. But yeah, the Santa ones, I did this one the first year. That was like a hunter's camera catching one. Then for the second year, where is it? For the second year, it's climbing down a chimney and breaking all of its bones as it does. Then a third one is he's behind a Christmas tree and he's regurgitating some coal under the tree. And you can kind of see that he has animal legs. He's not human. Our Catholicism say it's a sin to pray to an angel, is it? Well, we can forgive children for sinning. Okay, then the last one I did, now the one from last year, is this one, which is like, he sees you while you're sleeping, from the song. And yeah, that was the one from last year. So this year I want to make another one to continue this little series. You only consult very reputable sources. Our Catholicism. Yeah. Is Santa a marsupial? I don't recall what I used. I think it might have been rabbit's legs. I think these could be kangaroo. I'm not sure. The ones here are like hair, I believe. I thought it was more like, I figure it would be better to do like more rabbit-like. But yeah, he sees you while you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. I don't know what I'll do for this year. I might have a note from last year with
Where's
ideas.
the Valdevia logo on the first image?
Image, and then this one. Oh yeah, it's like an ugly logo because these trail cams usually have ugly logos like that. Easter Bunny twisted cousin, exactly. But yeah, next week, as I told you guys, this will be the last stream of the week, especially because I gotta like now reset my sleep schedule a bit since it's been messed up by today. But next week, I want to do 2 Christmassy themed things. Obviously, the next part of the Santa series, which I gotta figure out the idea for, but I want to do more creepy Santas for sure. And there's another one which someone sent me the other day, a collection of creepy snowman pictures. With these, I want you all to see these. Photographs of snowmen from the 1850s to 1950. Look at this one. These are all public domain. It's a site called Public Domain Review, which just like collects old photos by themes and does little articles on them. And love that. Just they have some really creepy ones. This Japanese one is incredible. Look at this face. Let's see. There are a couple that I really loved. Look at this one's mustache. Oh, this one. Look at this one's face. It's so creepy. And this one, look at that. It's great. Anyway, I thought it was really cool.
Snow being.
Truly, snow being. Yeah, I thought it would be fun to do something snowman related. Planning on doing a drawing based on those snowman pictures. You better not beat me to it. We can each have our own take on it. That would be fantastic. I'd love to see yours.
Hivlink PLS.
Yes, PLS. I will put the link in the chats. The Giga Snowman, yeah. So I would like to do something with a creepy snowman. I just don't know what exactly. Just doing, oh, the snowman is alive, is maybe not that interesting. It has to be something, a good take on this. Horde of giant snowman. I'd like to take maybe one of these pictures directly, just like use a picture of people posing with a snowman that they built, but like make that creepy in some way. And I just don't know what that way is exactly. But I know that there's a nugget of something really good in there. So yeah, that's definitely something I want to do for next week's streams. I want to do creepy Santa parts, 1, 2, 3. How many did I do? I forgot now. Part 5, I believe. 21, 22, 23. Oh my god, there's so many. But yeah, next part of Creepy Santa plus a creepy snowman of some kind. Snowman posing with their flesh man. It's like built out of meat. Chunks of meat. A flesh man, yes. That could be fun. Yeah. I'll definitely go from like that would definitely be like more into the absurd range rather than creepy. But I think it would work. Let's see. Let me note that down. And making flesh man. Possibility. Medical horror is being made. The ground has to be covered with flesh. That is true. After Terry rains down flesh chunks from the sky seasonally. Vague memories of humans. Of white for skeletons. Yeah, that's good. That's a really good possibility. And then give the same vibe, like it's a black and white photo. It's just like some kind of weird alternate reality. Yeah, this will be for next week. And so I want to do those two, and then I don't know, 1 or 2 more things. I just don't know which ones. We could do more of the Megalomorpha thing that we started a couple days ago. So if you don't know, a couple days ago we did this with an old postcard I got from Japan, with it, which is we know it's a Shinto shrine. So I talked about this with my sister. My sister knows Japanese, and we tried to translate these, but they're like kind of old school kanji that she didn't really know. So it was really hard to find, like, this is the name of the shrine. We know this. Like, it's something shrine, but we just can't figure it out. Like, and we've tried Googling like several options it could be, and we find nothing. So we don't know if that shrine still exists, if it's just using like outdated kanji. We don't know. And same for this. It's saying something about pilgrimage. So it might be one of those stamp things. Like in Japan, there's like a tradition of getting stamps at different shrines. So you'll have like a little book, and you get it stamped with all the shrines you've been to. So it might be something like that, you know, where they sold postcards and they stamped it with "You've been to the shrine." It's a possibility. I got another similar postcard which has also been stamped, so it's also a shrine. So there's a possibility. Maybe that was a thing they did back then. Like the shrine sold you postcards, and then you could get them like certified essentially. Like, I've been here. So yeah, we need to figure out specifically what it says, so we can either figure out like where this takes place, like this photo is, and set the story there. Or if it takes place at a really well-known shrine, I would change the name, like change the kanji here in a way that, you know, it spells out a different thing. We just make up a new shrine that doesn't exist in real life, so that people, you know, don't so, you know, we can set it in because I want to set this in like the a rural area in the countryside, kind of like a little bit lost from the big cities. So if this is like a well-known shrine, it wouldn't really gel with that. Also other dialects, yeah. I'm gonna, so my sister, she's studied like pre-standard Japanese and modern Japanese, so she couldn't help me fully figure this out, but I have some Japanese like mutuals on Twitter that could hopefully help me figure it out, and at least figure out like where this is, so we can, you know, either keep it and just add that into the story or change it. Yeah, in any case, we don't need to know this specifically for next week. Next week we can do a second edit in with this one, which would be another artifact from this shrine. This would be a postcard, but it could be a photo, it could be another postcard, but I have several picture ideas of what I want to do for this. The other main one I want to do is the adults of this shrine. So the story, at least like what I got so far for the story of this part of Megalomorpha would be, there's this small Shinto shrine in Japan, and they've, like, a cult has started there for one of the Megalomorpha, same as it happened in Norway for the one a few parts ago. So it's just like strange, like shrine-based cults, but it's been going for like possibly centuries. We don't know how long. It's been there for ages. It's a really old one. It's like a more mature version of the Norway cults that we've seen. So it would be, you know, the adults, the fully realized Megalomorpha is manipulating all these people into essentially acting as like a breeding stock for like its larva. No, every Megalomorpha to like fully advance to their adult form, they need to like fuse with a human. So all these larvae, or all these humans, are essentially being trained and brainwashed to fuse with the larvae. So it's been essentially like creating new Megalomorpha there. How do they communicate with people? I don't know. I won't tell. It's more fun to leave that as a mystery. But yeah, that's kind of the base of the story that I got. And what we need is like, you know, a kind of a character, a main character that's like our point of view and gives the story something of a, you know, a progression and a hook. So we need the idea I have for this is someone who is in this cult, like a priest within this cult or something, that suddenly like snaps out of it and realizes, oh my god, what is happening here, and decides to take it down from the inside essentially, or destroy it. And we're seeing this later on as this shrine has burned. Like, this shrine doesn't exist anymore. There's been a terrible accident, burned, and a bunch of people died, and it is because this guy essentially trapped them all, like trapped all the Megalomorpha and killed them. Can you become a host if you find one? Bug Riz, exactly, Bug Riz. That would be my answer from now on. They got that smooth chitin, you know. Anyway, that's the story I'm going with. As for pictures, what we might do next week, I was thinking one of them could be the adults, the main like leader, Megalomorpha, like leader of this cult that they're all worshipping. Which is not this, like this is one of the adults, like larvae, in some kind of ritual, right? But the adults performing some kind of ritual, or just being there kind of in the shadows.
Noises.
Seductive clicking noises. Yeah, the adults being in a... I was thinking like having it kind of be in the shadows, so we don't really see it in the light too much. It's like maybe covered in some kind of hood or something. So, you know, make it kind of dark and creepy. And it's there in the back of the shrine, looking a little bit like a statue or something. I don't know, something like that could work. So the... You know, that could go like at the... This could be like the beginning of the story. This could be like the hook, the image that, oh, something weird is going on here. Like, let's keep reading. And then towards the end, we get like the final image would be that adults. And then we'd have some in the middle, right? Like Megalomorpha, we usually have a bunch of images. Some of them are just set up, so they're not really edited, or they have some pretty minimal editing. There's no big bugs in them. And those will be relatively easy. We just gotta use other postcards that I got from shrines, or just find old pictures of shrines online, use that. But the main other edited one is the adults. And then I was thinking of another shrine, or another shrine picture. We can see a pond, you know, those koi ponds. It's like a much deeper one, and it's full of these, the grubs. There's like a bunch of them like squirming around. We can't even see how many. Just to tell you that this is like, this one is one of many, and it's just been going on for a long time, and all these people are just being trained to go into the pupas with these. That's basically the idea. It might change, it'll probably change, but that's like, that is the starting, the goal here at the start. It's kind of improvised. I just love this picture. I wanted to do something with it where people are like worshipping something instead of like just praying in front of the shrine. And that eventually became, oh, let's do Megalomorpha with this. So it's kind of grown organically, let's say. So we'll keep it growing organically, see where we go with it. But I like it. I like it. Hopefully this will not get stuck in writing like other parts of Megalomorpha. I'm pretty impressed. Okay, I'm pretty impressed. I just like glanced at the captions, and the captions correctly translate Megalomorpha. It's not a word. I made that word up. It doesn't exist. But it consistently translates Megalomorpha. Where does it get its words? Does it get it from Google, maybe? Like, is it like, can it get like new words? Because enough people have probably Googled Megalomorpha that it might like exist as a word for it. How might that work? Huh. Sitting down making all that jewelry for a big bug. Of course, it's a big ritual. You need all that jewelry. Yeah, anyway, we'll figure that out next week. We'll figure out what second image to do. And yeah, this is done though. I'm happy with it. And I think that's where I call it for tonight. Because I don't have anything else to do tonight that I know. Yeah, let's call it for tonight, folks. Next week, I don't know exactly which days I'll stream because I need to like refocus my sleeping schedule, but I'll be doing Creepy Santa, Creepy Snowman, Megalomorpha possibly, maybe something else. But in any case, if you want to know when I stream next, go to my Discord, and I'll leave the link to the Discord right here. And when you join, get the role that lets you like be notified when I stream. If you get that role, I will also notify you when I have a new schedule planned. So, you know, maybe Monday or Tuesday, if I'm still like sleeping on Monday, I will post. I'll add this. I will ping this role, and I will tell you like which times and which days I'm gonna stream and the topics of each stream. So that way you'll know in advance. If you, oh, I really want to see the Santa one, I really want to see Megalomorpha, you will know in advance. So it's
Hope
good.
everyone has a great time zone,
Yeah. Hope everyone has a great time zone. I'll be back whenever my sleep is corrected, hopefully. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Really enjoyed the stream. We enjoyed making this little kid. And yeah, have an amazing time zone. Take care.